Have you ever paid a credit card bill before and you paid the full balance off, but when you got that statement, it was a balance on the statement? Man, nothing pissed me off more than that. Not only did this happen to me one time, this probably happened to me about 2 or 3 times before I finally understood the difference between a due date and a statement date, and before you even say it in the comments. I have no idea why they do it like that. And I mean, I actually do understand why they do it like that, but I just wish it was just one day. I make one payment and you report after that date. All right, y'all, I'm a little blown. And I'm also kind of fired up right now because my statement date passed. What's the date? Today, the 28th. The statement date on one of my Capital One cards was about 5 or 6 days ago. And that thing still ain't updated to the credit bureaus yet. I don't even have the statement yet on my app. So I'm kind of like wondering what's going on. Did y'all close my card? I mean, are y'all about to shut down or something? Like Capital One, you scaring me right now. I ain't got my statement. It's been over 5 days since I know that thing closed. And I'm so scared to swipe that card right now, even though, you know, I know I'm good, but still, like, I want my balance to report 0. What's going on? What's taking so long? All right, anyway, y'all, this video ain't about that. Like, what I want to do in this video, we want to clear up this whole due date, statement date thing. And typically what happens is my wife, Life with MC, is usually talking about topics like this, but I've been so rubbed the wrong way over the last 5 days. I gotta get this off my chest, y'all. All right, y'all, so let's clear this whole due date statement thing up. Now, y'all, like I said in the beginning, this is a game, and we got to understand that this is a game first and foremost, and we gotta learn how to maximize on this game, play this game to the best of our abilities so that we can benefit off of this game, right? And so I want to kind of break this thing down in a simple way for you guys. So that card that I was talking about, my due date is, I think, on the 9th. It's on the 8th or the 9th. I can't really remember. And so what typically happens on the 8th or 9th is I'll have a payment made, right? I'll go ahead and make a payment on the 8th or the 9th. And I will continue to use that card up until about 2 days before my closing date or my statement date, right? Then I stop using that card off completely and I pay off the full balance. So I make a payment before my due date, which is usually auto drafted because it's typically auto draft the minimum payment on the due date. And what'll happen is a couple of days to the statement date, then the entire balance will get paid off, or I'll leave maybe, I don't know, 2% on that card so something can report. And if you've seen any of my wife's videos, she talks about the benefit of doing that. All right, so check this out. Let's simplify this thing real quick, y'all. So there's 2 dates that you have to know about: the due date, the statement date, right? What I want to do right here, I want you guys to forget about the due date. Now, we're gonna pick this up later, but what I really want to focus on is I want to focus on the statement date because that's the most important date. Because what we want to do is make sure we have our payment made by the close of that statement date. What you can do is you can log onto your app. You can go to CapitalOne.com, Chase, Navy Federal, Amex.com. I want you to pull up your statement and I want you to look at that last date on that statement. And typically what will happen is, starting that next day, which will be day 1, from that day, counting the next 30 days, that'll be the time that you can use that card before that statement closes again, right? So it's typically like 30 days between the 2 statement dates. And so what I would recommend for you guys, if you don't want to play that game, have your account auto drafted where the payment gets made a couple of days before your statement date if you don't want to like actively and manually do this by making payments and stuff like that. But the most important date that you need to remember is your statement date, and that's that last date on that statement. And so it gets kind of tricky, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. Because typically my statement is on the 22nd, and it's been like that for the past few years now. But what'll tend to happen is sometimes the statement will roll around and be on the 20th. it'll roll around and be on the 21st sometimes. And the reason for that being is because when February hits, you know that the month is shorter, right? And so what happens is that statement date gets moved up a little bit. And so that's why I always say you want to make sure that that statement is paid off, not on the statement date, but typically before the statement date, roughly 2 or 3 days before, so that you know that you're absolutely good. Because the worst thing that can happen for you is you have a big balance getting reported. You have 100% utilization, 75% utilization, it gets reported, and it's simply because like you had the money to pay it, but simply because you got your dates wrong, which has happened to me. I'm guilty of this, y'all. It's happened to me before. I mistimed my 30-day window to use my card, and I actually paid the bill the following day, but the statement had already cut on the following day. So it's super freaking confusing, y'all. So that's why I highly recommend, and I'm an advocate now for just having your stuff on auto pay if you can afford to do that. Now, I told y'all to forget about that whole due date thing, but let's go ahead and we're gonna pick that back up, because it's also important that you have the minimum payment paid by that due date, because what'll happen is you'll start paying late fees. It's crazy, right? So I can use my card until the freaking 22nd, but if I don't have a payment made by the 9th, by the 8th or 9th of the month, I'm gonna get hit with a $25 late payment, right? So I know it's confusing, y'all, but hey, we gotta play the game the right way. So what you can do is have the minimum payment, put that on auto pay. You know, put that on auto pay, or manually go pay that quick $25 and let the rest get paid off. If you check the link in the bio, my wife has a ton of templates for your dispute letters. She does consultations, and she has a whole DIY kit that she has curated, put together, and a support group. Once you get that kit, you automatically get access to the support group. I told her that, hey, this thing is too cheap for the value that you're giving, and just all the customer service questions that you're answering throughout the group. I'm like, man, there's other people that literally charge hundreds upon hundreds and thousands for the game that you giving out for such a low price. It's like, I don't know how she does this. It's freaking amazing. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please like this video, comment, share, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. It's Dukes the Dope Dad. I'm signing out. Yeah, but I just told him, hey, this is nothing but a game, and we gotta understand how to play the game if we wanna beat the game. Yeah, they understood. I told them about the DIY kit too, and so hopefully we'll help a lot of people out with that DIY kit. And once they go to your page, they're gonna see you got a ton of value on this top. Hey, y'all get out of here. I thought y'all was gone.